Learn from nature. See this tree? The leaves are growing. It's still red. Then we go to another tree. Leaves are growing, but are growing in green. And then we go to this tree, and the leaves are not even growing. What can we learn from that? Even though all these trees are in the same place, in the same environment, and under the same circumstances, each tree is growing in his or her own timing. Each tree is growing in her own timing. What can we, us human beings, learn from that? That we are all humans, right? We are all spirits having a human experience. But each one of us have their own time and their own path. Regardless that we are in the same environment, because we are all in the same world, that doesn't mean we're supposed to be the same, do the same, act the same, or have the exact same things. And we can learn from this tree, right? Look at all these trees. They look similar, but they are all different. They are in the same environment. They are all growing in different times. So you have to focus on you. This tree is not focusing on how this tree is growing. And this tree over there, not thinking about the other tree is growing. No. This tree is not thinking that, oh, no, you know what? I'm going to grow with the same leaves, with the same time, with the same energy that the other trees have. No. Each tree individually has her own power, her own energy, her own timing, her own wisdom, her own strength. And even though it's around other trees, but the power, the strength is not the same as those trees. We have our own timing and our own path. So for you to compare yourself to other people is doing you no good. Focus on you. Focus on your timing. Focus on your path. No matter what somebody else is doing, you don't have to do the exact same thing, and you don't have to go to the exact same path, because each one of us, we have our own timing, we have our own path. Instead of you focusing on how good somebody else is, focus on you and how good you can be. Instead of thinking about how much money somebody else has, focus on you and how much money you can have. Instead of you focusing on how successful somebody else is, focus on you and ask yourself, how successful can I be or can I become? Focus on you, because you have your own path, you have your own timing. And not because you are in the same place, or in the same area, or in the same country, or in the same city as anybody else, it means you and anybody else of that city have the same purpose, the same journey, or the same path, not even your family. Because these trees are here, they are all family, right? Because they share the same soil. However, they grow differently. However, they have a different shape, a different structure, and a different purpose. The same applies to you. You don't have to have the same path as your family. You don't have to do what your family has been doing. You don't have to act like them, think like them, eat like them, dress like them. You don't have to. You don't have to. Why? Because you individually have your own purpose on this world. Focus on you. Focus on you. You have your own path. You have your own timing. But if you are comparing who you are to who somebody else is, you are the one making yourself unhappy and miserable. This is the perfect example. And I'm always learning from nature, because nature is the best teacher. Because nature shows you with experience. Right? Another example. Months ago, 3-4 months ago, this tree was completely dry. It has no flowers, it has no leaves. You can go back and watch my previous videos. It was all dry. But now look at it. It's growing, it's evolving. Why? Because nature understands that there is seasons for everything. And instead of you trying to fight the seasons or go against the season because you don't like the seasons, simply adjust your attitude, adjust your mindset, so you can overcome each season and you can be in the right conditionings for the next season or for the season you are in. Whenever it was snowing, do you know how this tree adjusted to the snow and the cold? All those leaves went off. And which is too, another example we can learn from nature is that something gotta die in order for something else to come. something gotta die, because the previous leaves that were here has to die so new leaves can grow. Same applies to you. Your old behavior, your old mindset, your old personality, who you used to be, have to die in order for you to become who you want to be. In order for you to become who you want to be, absolutely. Because you cannot have your past version and your present version at the same time. No, one gotta go. You cannot have your future version and your present version at the same time. One gotta go. Right? See? The previous leaf died so the new leaves can grow. Okay. I'm teaching you all of this only using nature. Here. See these leaves? It's red. But there was a time there was nothing here. Why? Because it was adjusting to the seasons that it was in. But regardless of the season, this tree kept the power, the potential, the ability, their wisdom. The seasons were changing, but the purpose of this tree is still the same. The power of this tree is still the same. The value of this tree is still the same. The worth of this tree is still the same, regardless of the season. The same applies to you. No matter what you can go through, don't lose sight of your power, of your worth, of your value. No matter what you can go through, you're still valuable, you're still powerful, you're still good enough, you're still worthy all the time. And look at all these trees. They are all in the same area, sharing the same soil, but they grow differently. They evolve differently, and they even have different shapes. They have different shapes. And each tree is not looking that, oh, because of this tree right there, I'm going to have less power. No, they all live in harmony. And we can all learn from that to that. All of those trees are in harmony and complementing each other, because all of these three understand their own power, their own greatness, their own value. So they exist being confident, being proud, and loving who they are. And the other three do the exact same thing as well. Learning from nature. You don't have to act like nobody else. Be nobody else. Simply be yourself. It's more than enough. No matter who's around you or what other people are doing, stay true to yourself. And see, this one is growing red leaves. The other one is growing green leaves. And the other one right there is not even growing nothing. Why? Because each tree has their own path, their own timing. I'm learning from nature. It's not just me saying it because I think I'm smart. Well, I think I'm smart. I believe in I'm smart. Let me say that. I know I am smart. I am smart. Absolutely. But I'm learning from nature. And as I'm learning, I prefer to share what I'm learning. I'm using nature with something that we all of us experience. And all of us agree that nature is always right. So if nature is always right, I'm going to choose to follow nature. You have your own path. You have your own timing. Focus on your path. Focus on your timing. Think, oh, who's doing what, who has what? It's none of your business. Focus on your path. Focus on your timing. And not because it happened to them 2 years ago, in 2 months, in 5 years, in 10 years, it means it's going to take you the same time. No. Each tree, as each person, have their own path and their own timing. Focus on your path and focus on your timing. Focus on your path. Focus on your timing. Because you are the only one being you, and you are the only one experiencing you. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Absolutely stop. And adjust to the seasons. Months ago, there was no leaves over here. It was all dry and all brown over here. But now it's getting green. I'm going to record another video when it's going to be all fully grown to show you that adjust to the seasons. Don't go against the seasons or try to fight the seasons. No, simply adjust. And look at that tree over there. It's growing white leaves. Red, green, no leaves. And that one over there is growing brown leaves. And that one over there is growing yellow leaves. And that one over there is growing white leaves. Over there, I don't know if you can see all the way down there. But they are all in the same soil, with the same circumstances, with the same temperature, with the same weather. But they are growing differently. We can all learn from that. They are evolving differently. And they have different shape and different forms. But they are all in the same soil, in the same circumstances, under the same experiences. Stay true to yourself. Adjust to the circumstances you are in, and learn from nature, because that's what I'm doing. I'm learning from nature.